So the loader has been complaining that it's not charging its batteries, and its little onboard computer monitor thing backs it up that it's hanging around 11.5 or 12 volts. Been putting the charger alternately between the two batteries on it, because it's a 24 volt system, so I can't just charge one thing and have both batteries be charged. Anywho, the alternator, which, fun fact, $750 for a reman from John Deere, or Amazon has them for 140. Can guess which one I'm going with, even if we have to replace it 5 times. So to be sure it's actually the alternator, I am trying to find, there's only 2 wires going to it, and I haven't looked to see if there's a schematic, but it being John Deere piece of equipment, I don't know that there would be. But I know that most alternators generally just have a field wire that, what do they call it, like excites the windings on the alternator and makes it work. I'm sure I'm using all kinds of wrong terms there, but basically power is applied to the alternator to tell it to charge, and then it charges on the big wire that goes to the batteries. So I'm going to check both pins that have wires going, the 2 wires going to them, see if one's a ground, one's a power, with key off, and then we'll kick the key on and see what we get, and hopefully troubleshoot from there. The only bummer with all of this is it's new enough to be computerized and fancy, so I don't know if it's going to behave, meaning send power if it knows the alternator's not hooked up, and if it may wait after it starts to turn the alternator on. There's all kinds of things they can do with computer controlled stuffs. So we'll play around and see and go from there. So real quick update on the loader alternator. Sure enough, there was 24 volts in, oh, no, I can't remember which pin. I think it was the top pin. And I haven't looked up the wiring diagram or anything, but that should be really close to what it needs. And I can't imagine why wiring would all of a sudden go silly, other than the thing has other strange wiring problems. But a lot of words to say. I'm gambling, ordered a alternator. We will see what that gets us when it gets here. I believe I've talked about it multiple times about swapping that alternator. The Amazon, not crazy expensive one came. Physically looks like it'll fit. The wiring looks like it'll fit. It came with a really cool little printout, if it's actually it, showing how it tested. 80 amp alternator that's putting out 116 amps according to their testing, and 26 volts, so that should be plenty good. But that is on the agenda. Everything on this kind of is not the best to get to. Probably better than some, but worse than others. But anyway, the belt tensioner is what I'm currently whining about. Is back there, of which there's this nice big wall thing in the way. But they make a cool little access panel, so that's first. Get that out, get the belt off, and then it's just a couple bolts and some wires, and we'll be done. asked nicely, a 11/16 becomes a 18. When you can't get anything else that you have on there and you don't own a 18 millimeter end wrench. Figured I'd show you real quick, or I guess let you hear. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is not the sound of a happy alternator. Or happy bearings, at least. So, oh, I guess for fun we could show the difference with a new one. Yeah. That's a happy alternator. Or bearings, really. Okay, new one going in. This is probably more for me, so I can ask Brandy later if I checked. But I did. I checked my idlers, and they are all nice and quiet. I did check the AC as well, because, and I don't know what pump that is. Barely can even see it, but he's quiet too. Because it was, I don't know if Brandy probably showed the video, but my belt tensioner there would flutter, and there was some, I thought it was idler bearing noises, but I'll bet you it was that guy. So anyway, if it still makes noises, now I hopefully will remember when or Brandy will remember it, because she remembers things and I don't. Putting the alternator in. We're gonna see if we still get the alternator's angry alarm, and also see down here. That's looking promising. Left guy's charging really good. Right guy has always been lower. If anybody can tell me why that is, that would be awesome. They're wired in series, so it's not like, I don't know how to word it. It seems like they're always going to be out of balance, which makes no stinking sense to me. How they planned on keeping them in balance to 12 volts. A lot of words to say. I don't understand the whole 12-volt system and how I could even those up. I've tried charging the low guy before. In fact, I swapped left and right batteries thinking that the voltage difference would follow, and it doesn't. Additionally, my tractor meter is actually accurate. So I go back to the, I don't understand, but there's lots of things I don't understand, I guess, so this is yet another.